Thank you for checking out this complete broadcast from the Wrestling Epicenter archives. If you like what you hear, please hit the like button and the notifications bell. Also, consider subscribing. It really helps. And now, without any further ado, welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Interactive Interview on theinteractiveinterview.com. I'm James Walsh, joined as always by Daniel Edler, with our very special guest, Tracy Brooks. Tracy, how you doing?
I'm great, guys. How are you?
All right, first question for you is a very interesting one.
We're doing fine, by the way, Tracy.
What do
Answer your question.
No, we're just going to completely ignore you. That's okay. First question we have for you is, this is an interesting one. We've seen your name spelled 18 different ways on the internet. Tracii, Traci, Tracy. Spell your first name for us, please.
It's spelled Tracy.
Thank you very much.
But when I was a kid, I used to spell it Traci because I thought it was a cool way. You know, I think it was in public school, I used to do that. But it's Tracy.
Cool. That's like the weirdest thing.
Apparently I make the name more sophisticated. Apparently.
TNA has recently started doing these Impact shows on Fox Sports Net, and you've been managing Michael Shane. Unfortunately, you weren't on the first broadcast of it, though. But
no, and look what happened. He lost.
Yeah.
No, but I watched the show.
What'd you think of it?
Amazing. I thought it was incredible. The setup is so amazing. Like, it's just everything about it is incredible. Everyone was really happy about it. Everyone's very, very excited about it. So I'm just waiting to get down there to Orlando and see it for myself. And I mean, they sent Michael Shane down without me, and he lost. So hey, what can I do?
What do you think of the news that TNA are now going to be using the six-sided ring for the pay-per-views as well?
Actually, I think the ring is already up for the pay-per-view tomorrow. I'm not sure. That was a new rumor I heard.
Yeah,
but I think it's good. I mean, for me, it's 2 extra sides of the ring that I have to use now. I have a hard enough time using 4.
Right.
I think they released an announcement today of some kind of press release, I believe, saying that it's going to be used from now on to kind of, to keep, continuity as such. But
well, I think definitely. I mean, a lot of people said, I watched the pay-per-view and like, did you feel that anyone was lost in the ring? And I'm like, no, I thought all the guys did incredible. And I just think this is something that is going to be different. It's going to give TNA a different edge, and it's interesting. I mean, I've never been in a 6-sided ring, so I don't know. It looks amazing. It looks incredible, and I think for the X Division especially, it's going to be amazing.
Well, given your style in the ring, I know they're not using you as a general wrestler at this point, but given your style and the way you were trained, do you think it'll be difficult to adapt to that change in the ring?
Yeah, I think it's going to be to everyone. I don't know how big the ring is. Like, I'm used to, I started training in a 20-foot ring.
Right.
Those things are huge, and the girls look because the girls are generally tinier than the guys.
Right.
And it just makes the girls look lost. Like,
right.
not lost in their wrestling match, but lost because they're so tiny. Like, I know the TNA rings come up to almost my neck. And it's very, very hard. And I mean, I know Rey Mysterio is really short, but it's very hard to run the ropes. And so I'm just interested to see how big the actual ring is, because it's like an 18-foot ring or 16-foot ring, which I don't think it is 16, but it'll be a lot better for the girls. Smaller the better, I think, for the women. We don't get so lost, you know what I mean? Like, and the 20-foot ring, it just looks like the girls are skipping from side to side.
Right.
Because they are so long. Like, guys can make it in 3 jumps. Well, those guys are 6'4". We're 5'1" to 5'6".
Right.
And we're taking 6 or 7 steps to get to the other side.
Right, and it does look a little awkward sometimes, that's true.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, not to everyone. I'm not bashing women or anything.
Right.
I'm saying, and generally, that's my opinion. I mean, I have to take 5 steps to get to the other side of the ring sometimes, and I just try to stay in the middle. I don't use the rope.
Well, you said you were trained in a 20-foot ring, but who actually did train you?
I first started training at Sully's Gym in Toronto, Canada. Ron Hutchison was my original trainer. It was a 20-foot ring. First it was the very first couple of weeks it was a boxing ring, and then he did get a 20-foot ring, and it was huge. The only good thing about that is training, you can get more people in a ring. So, you're not just sitting there watching one person do something. Like 4 or 5 people could do it at once.
Right.
But then when you started doing matches, it was big, and then our show ring was 16 foot, so it was a big difference. But when I started training at Squared Circle, where I got most of where I like to say I actually did get trained, it was a 18-foot ring.
What's the difference between the boxing ring and the wrestling ring?
The boxing ring's a little stiff. I would, when people say rings are stiff, I don't know, because a boxing ring is like taking a bump on a hardwood floor or a concrete floor. So I don't understand when people say, oh, that was really stiff. Well, no, it wasn't, because I was trained on a boxing ring. So I'd rather take a bump on a concrete floor than a boxing ring, but it just made me, I just think it made me stronger.
The only reason I ask is because there's a promotion in my kind of neck of the woods, which uses a kickboxing ring. And
oh, really?
Yeah, and they say that they do it just to toughen their guys up, and apparently it improves endurance and stuff. So.
I don't think it's a bad thing either at all. Like, I think it's a good thing, because I mean, this isn't ballet. This isn't. Not everyone can wrestle.
Right.
Promoters would like to think, or trainers would like to think so they can get more money.
Right.
But not everyone can wrestle, because if they would, it wouldn't be a special thing. And I think what we do is special.
Right.
I think what we do is very special. I think what baseball players do is special, and I think but you have to weed out the weak ones. And whether some kid's like 500 pounds and doesn't look like a wrestler, but if he sticks to it and has his big heart and like throws up and keeps running, I mean, that kid's got heart compared to a jacked up guy that, gets hurt every time he puts his boots on because he pulls a quad muscle.
Right.
So, I mean, I think you have to stiffen kids up, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it either. I think the trainers need to be stiffer and need to be their friends, but not a counselor. Like, be mean. Wrestling isn't a glamorous life. Everyone that says it is, it isn't. Traveling, like I drove, my girlfriend, Tracy and I, we drove 9 hours from Nashville to Chicago. We were supposed to get paid a certain amount of money. We never even got our gas covered because the guy ripped us off so bad. The ring we wrestled in smelled like puke. The ropes weren't tight. We got injured, and then we had to drive 9 hours home, or 9 hours all the way back to Knoxville to do a signing, and then we're supposed to drive to Dalton, Georgia to do a wrestling show, and that show got canceled. So it's not an easy life. And, like, driving 9 hours is tough on your body, especially when you can't shower, and so you need to weed out the weak people.
Right.
You don't need someone crying or saying they don't want to do it, or, well, too bad, this is their lifestyle.
At what point in your life did you decide you wanted to be a wrestler?
When I was in grade 6.
And what inspired that?
I used to watch Saturday Night's Main Event with my dad, and he would always just be like, oh, it's a storyline, and, like, he would watch it with me, but he'd always make fun of it. Right. But, I mean, he loves the fact that I'm doing this. But I watched Ricky Steamboat, and I watched Jake the Snake, and I watched the Bulldogs. Right. All those guys. I just loved all of them, and I just thought I could do that. And there was not a lot of women back then. The only wrestling I got was WWE at the time, and it was just Elizabeth. And she wasn't doing anything, and I hated pretty girls that were prissy and didn't want to, I was a farm girl. Right. I never did pick shit my whole life. Like, people that, dressed up all the time, I couldn't stand them. So I thought, I could get in the ring and I'm going to kill her and do better things than she is, and when my man's in trouble, I'm going to help him. And so, yeah, that's what got me into it.
Wow. Okay.
Now, it was just over a year ago that you made your NWA TNA debut, attacking Lollipop, and then, of course, eventually getting involved in the feud between Trinity and Kid Cash. Now, when we had Trinity on our show, on one of our interviews, we had her a couple of times, she said that she felt that you getting involved in the feud kind of took away from the feud. Would you tend to agree or disagree?
Oh, when I got involved with the feud with her and Kid Cash?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it took it away. I mean, we're there to entertain the fans. The fans seem to enjoy it. I mean, I thought it was good because it was an intergender match, and you saw two girls kind of, getting into it and wrestling. We wrestled. But I mean, that's her opinion. My opinion was I really enjoyed it, and I hope that I brought something to the table. I mean, that's all. I guess that's what the fans thought. I mean, the office seemed to like it, so I hope the fans did.
How do you feel about, like, male versus female matches?
I like them. Like someone like China versus a guy can be, back and forth, but someone like, say, me versus, like, David Young, or me versus any guy. Right. I'm a girl. Like, they're going to outpower me, but I think because there are spots, like, definitely where girls can outsmart them or outquick them or, like, sneak around them and stuff like that. And I love I love intergender matches because girls get to do a lot more stuff with the guys.
Right.
But to have like a one-on-one match with no storyline or no, like just a female against a male,
Right.
there's a place for it. I really enjoy, and I love intergender matches. I think intergender matches, there's not enough of them. But the girl and guy, I think, I'm the type of person where it should be a little more, not realistic, but the girl should outsmart the guy by like trying to dodge away from him and stuff like that. But no one still doesn't really like a guy hitting a girl.
Right.
I mean, they love when Michael Shane pie-faced me or, Shane whips me, but to see a guy actually punch a girl, I don't think anyone's still really into that. I mean, I hope not. So, I mean, there's a place for it.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, you mentioned there's not very many intergender matches, and there was a rumour on the internet while the Trinity and Kick-Ass feud was going on that basically In Demand got pretty, mad at TNA over the female versus male matches that were on the pay-per-views, and kind of asked TNA not to do it, and that's why TNA nixed them. Do you have any idea if maybe that's any truth to that?
I'm not sure. I mean, Kick-Ass beat me up a little bit, but I mean, that was his gimmick. He was a, woman beater, basically, and he did his job very well, and he never hurt us. He always protected us. And, I mean, he made everything look believable. And we were in the ring with the big boys, and, we asked them to dish it out, and they dished it out, so if we asked them, I mean, no one did anything wrong. The talent did exactly what they were supposed to do, so I guess there's not a lot of people. And you know what? It's always the people that don't watch wrestling or aren't fans of wrestling that complain.
Right.
People like Howard Stern fans. Or Howard Stern people. They're not a fan of Howard Stern, but yet they always listen and criticize.
Right.
It's the same way. I mean, we're wrestlers. We're not ballerinas.
Exactly.
We're going to have to take a beating.
Now, you also mentioned a second ago David Young, and after teaming with him for a little while, you pretty much dropped out of sight. So where were you for those months?
Oh, actually, I was back in Canada, just trying to get everything sorted out, and I moved down to Nashville, so I just got all my paperwork sorted out, and I was just laying low for a while until I got my papers and everything, so now I live in the States, so I was just getting some things organized.
Wow.
And I guess just really the storyline ended, too, so, because after that, they didn't really go anywhere with that whole bitch slap angle they did.
What were your thoughts on working with Shane Douglas and Michael Shane in the new franchise?
I can't say enough about those two. This was the biggest thrill of my life to begin with. Shane, I'd never tell Shane, but I'm a huge Shane Douglas mark.
Yeah.
But he's never looked better. He looks amazing.
Right.
He came up to me and he just said, we're going to be working together, is that okay? And I'm like, are you kidding? Is that okay? Like, this is my dream come true. He is the most giving, like, as I always say, he's forgotten more about wrestling than I will ever learn. That man, he'll be doing stuff with Michael Shane and I, but watching the big screen and saying, watching promos, watching this, and not going up to people saying, hey, what are you doing? Why did you do that? Just saying, hey, that was cool, but hey, why don't you do this next time? Or you just think that he just knows to take it a step farther. Like, you might think something, and then he's just like, he has a different opinion, and he has a different look at things.
Right.
And he helps everybody, right from the ring crew, right to the, promos, right to backstage, right to the camera guys. He's given more to wrestling than he'll ever be thanked for. The man is amazing.
Absolutely. When we interviewed him, I was like it's like you're a student in class just listening to him talk. I mean, you just have to.
It's so funny. People like Michael Shane and I just sit there and stare at him when he talks.
Right. That's what I was like. We were just in a trance, me and my partner.
But he just he gets excited. And it's so good to see someone excited. And that's another thing. Like AJ Styles gets excited, not just for his matches, but for everyone's matches. Like when I took that crazy bump off the top on Helix Skipper.
Right.
Like he was like the next week he's like, oh my God, like that was amazing, and what? And he was just that makes you. If you can get a reaction like that in the back,
right.
Wrestlers, think of the reaction you're getting at home.
Exactly.
And it was awesome. And Michael Shane is the same way. Michael Shane is so giving. And hopefully, I'd like to think we could do maybe something like a new version of Scary Sherry and Shawn Michaels, but a newer, 2004 version of him. Michael Shane is just a student. He is, pardon the pun, making an impact in this wrestling world.
Right.
It doesn't matter if you love him or hate him.
Right.
He's always on your mind.
Right.
And he's always there, and it's almost like it annoys some people, but you can't ignore him. You can't ignore his talent.
Now, not to harp on the fact of the internet, but I'll just throw in two more internet questions, and I'll try and keep away from it completely, because obviously it seems like it's taken over the interview. But one quickly throw at you. It came up a couple of days ago. I read this that apparently Shane Douglas has retired.
Mhm.
Any truth?
He is working more backstage. He did some backstage interviewing last week, which
Right.
is great. You can't have a promotion without Shane Douglas in it. I'm sorry, Shane Douglas. He's recognizable to a lot of, like, he's recognizable to the whole wrestling world, but also to people that aren't wrestling fans.
Right.
I don't want to see it at all. Like, when we ended our franchise storyline, I learned so much from him, but I wish I got the chance, like Francine, to travel with him.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wish I got the chance to, like, I only got to see him, we only got to see him Wednesdays. I wish I had that chance to see him 3 or 4 days a week, to listen to him. Like, he calls all the time and stuff, but it was like, it's almost like we got robbed.
Right.
But, because we want more of franchise, basically. But, I mean, he's the type of person that I wish there was a million more of him. He's like, it's time to pass the torch down. It's time for me to teach younger kids. It's time for me to help out, like, the younger version, because I'm retiring. Who's going to step over? Who's going to take over?
Right.
So he loves his business. It's not about Shane Douglas. It's about the business.
Hmm.
And the internet also throws up, of course, the constant rumours of Vince McMahon trying to raid the TNA talent pool. And along with Michael Shane and a couple of other names, your name has most recently come up. Any truth to those rumours?
Well, that's a nice rumor. But I love TNA. I mean, I've been to backstage to WWE 7 or 8 times. Whenever they came to Toronto, we always went backstage, and the girls there are amazing. They like Molly Holly is incredible. She like worked out the ring with me. She's an amazing girl. She just gives and gives and gives. And I mean, I learned so much from them. But I love TNA. I mean,
Right. Oh, you
I
wanted
never heard that rumor that they were interested in it. My best friend and my training partner was Gail Kim.
Right.
We trained. So I went once, and then we went both together. And obviously, she got signed. She works harder than anyone I know. She's got a great look. She deserves it. And you know, they were like, oh, yeah, we're interested in you. And I'm like, okay, well, you know my phone number if you are. But then TNA, Scott D'Amore got me into TNA, and I love TNA.
Right.
It's a family. I know everyone says that, but it's true. It's a family. We all talk. We all want the show to do well. We don't want each other. We don't want our own stuff to go well. We want the show to go well.
Right.
Like, we watch other people's stuff. We ask what everyone's doing. We're like, hey, what about this idea? Or, hey, like, why don't you come with me? Or I need a girl, or you need a guy, or, you know, why don't you wear this? This would be better, or something. It's always helpful.
Are you wanting to contract the TNA?
Yes, I am.
Ah, good.
It's a nice rumor to hear that WWE wants me, but I never heard that before.
In the past couple of years, women in wrestling have been using the exposure, pun intended, of Playboy and other adult-oriented magazines to get their names more popular in the mainstream circuit. Would you ever be interested in doing something in that regard? I'd
love to do Playboy. Love to do Playboy. It's my dream. It's my dream to meet Hugh Hefner, actually. I think he's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant man. I think Playboy's beautiful. I think the people that do Playboy are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a tomboy. I've never wore makeup until I got into wrestling. I never wore makeup. I didn't have fake nails. I didn't tan. As I said, I was a farmer. I was covered in pig slop my whole life. And I'm more of a girl now in wrestling than I've ever been. So I think it'd be a really big compliment if they asked, like if someone asked to be in Playboy, or if I begged them to be in Playboy. I mean, I think it'd be incredible. I think it's women that do it. I mean, I give them credit. I think they're beautiful.
Right.
I mean, women are beautiful objects. I mean, so they don't exploit themselves. They're not doing anything bad. They're not. I mean, I love to be in stuff and ask them too.
Right. I usually don't ask these kind of questions, but I have to tell you this, and this is the weirdest thing. When we announced we were going to have you on the show, I never received so many marriage proposals in my life.
Aww.
Apparently you have...
No, forget it. We don't want to marry her. You listen to her talk. Forget it.
Yeah, that's one of the main questions. But I guess the question I will ask is, are you married or single?
I am single, but I do have a boyfriend.
Then and everybody's heart breaks.
Aww.
If you was just watching the faces of the male listeners of the show, when you said you would be interested in Playboy, you could just see the smile sort of creep up and up and up. And then James asked that question, you can just watch the smile go down and down and down.
But I do love British accents, so...
Hey, I like this. You're the second female guest in about 6 weeks to say you like my accent.
I love them. You know what? I don't like swearing, but I love when you guys swear. Please don't. It's just the funniest thing to me.
Any particular work that I could any request?
You know Nigel McGuinness, and
oh yeah.
I could listen to him talk all day. I don't know. You guys have such beautiful accents. I have no idea why, but I love them. And then when he swears, it just makes me laugh. He's just a small mind. Are you flashing now?
I've lost it now.
I got a question here from CCNWA from the forums. He'd like to know, what was your opinion of working for Corey, I don't know how to pronounce this name, McClin in Memphis Wrestling?
Oh, it was great. Corey, he brought me in a few times.
Mm-hmm.
We did a live show together. I forget. It's actually when the Moondogs passed away.
Right.
And that was very, very sad. I just did a live promo for him, and then he brought me in for TV once. But I love Memphis. Memphis is amazing for wrestling. I mean, it's so much history.
Right.
This whole area is amazing for wrestling. The fans just love it. But it's just from scheduling conflicts, it's hard for me to get down there. But I love Jerry, the King of Lawless promotion. It's great, Memphis Wrestling.
Right.
Now, what would you say the future holds for Tracy Brooks?
Just to be healthy and to keep letting my fans. Everyone always says it wasn't your dream to be in the WWE.
Right.
The more I'm in this business, the less it is. Because I honestly found a promotion at TNA, and I seriously believe in it. There's not politics, there's not bullshit. There's people that care about each other. There's people that want to help you out.
Right.
I just believe in TNA, and I mean, I've had so much fun working. I've actually just done working wrestling for a full year now, and like try to make a living on it, try to really concentrate on it, and it's opened me up to some like really cool people. I've done autograph signings, which is one of my favorite things to do because you get to meet the fans, and you never know who you get to meet.
Right.
Like I just met Catherine Bach, is it from Daisy? What was his name? Off of Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh wow.
Daisy? I can't say.
I can't either.
Yeah, Daisy. I mean, I just met her at an autograph signing. I met the guy that played Cousin It. You know what I mean? I met the guy that played Chucky in the Child's Play movies. Like, to me, that stuff's interesting to me. But I mean, I love it, and I got to meet all these fans and take pictures, and just little kids and little girls, and like little girls that say, I want to go be like you, and it's amazing to me. That's the most special thing.
Wow.
I mean, it's hard on relationships, wrestling's hard on family. Because you don't get home. I don't get to go to my best friend's wedding because I'm on the road, or you don't. But it makes you stronger.
Right.
What advice and whatnot would you give to the young girls looking to get into wrestling?
Be careful. I've been really lucky not being messed over by promoters. I've been in business for 4 years, like through training and everything, and I've only been messed over for money once. Which, knock on wood, that's amazing.
Right.
But I have seen it where I've had a little girl, like she was 16 years old, emailing me saying a promoter wanted her to go through a lit table, through some tax, some guy was going to pile driver. And I said to her, do you know this guy? And she's like, no. And I'm like, okay, all I can say is you're 16 years old. Do you want to end up in a wheelchair?
Right.
Because the chances are 50-50.
You just have to be logical with these things.
Yeah, like 16 years old, like, to me, I also don't agree with kids going to school when they're 17, like university when they're 17 or 18. I am promoting people who go to school. But when you're 17 and 18 years old, you don't know what you want. You're a kid. You are a baby when you're 17 years old.
Mm.
And that's why I believe, like, go to school for a general course or something and then figure out what you want after you've done that.
Right.
Because, like, when I was 18 years old, I didn't know. I've changed so much since I've been 18.
Mm.
I'm not going to tell you how long ago that was.
That's a question that I was asking. That's one of the questions that you get asked, and you just, like, shift that right out of there. It's like, nope, not asking that one.
I get dropped in my head. I don't know how old I am. I just, for girls, you can say no.
Right.
Like, just in everything else in life, girls and guys can say no. I remember the first time I had to say no to a promoter. It was the hardest thing I had to do. But I had to do it. Now I'm glad because the promoter say no politely and give an idea. Like, promoter wanted me to do a bikini contest.
Right.
And this is the first time going to this promotion. I'm like, well, I would rather not. What about this idea?
Right.
You know who you can trust. Be careful. And protect yourself because you're the only one that's going to be with you in the end.
Right. And
in this business, there are some people that will climb over top of you to get to where you are. So just be careful who your friends are.
Right.
Be smart. It's just the same in life. Just be smart.
Do you mind if we close out with word associations, basically saying, you can give a You can give a one-word answer, or you can give a story if there's a story. Would you mind doing that for us? All right, Dan, you want to take these?
Sure. First name on the list, Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, amazing. Gonna go down in history as one of the best women wrestlers ever.
Trinity.
Same thing, very athletic. She's got a lot going for her, her stunt career. Beautiful, athletic.
Trish Stratus.
Absolutely adorable. And come a long, long way.
Molly Holly.
Likely one of the most giving girls you're ever going to meet in wrestling.
David Young.
I want to wrestle him so bad and beat him. He was my favorite tag team partner ever.
Kid Cash.
I had a lot of fun working him, and I think he's very, very talented.
Michael Shane.
Going to be the next TNA heavyweight champion.
AJ Styles.
On his way to being a legend in the business.
Hulk Hogan.
Created his business. Was a big reason why we are where we are.
And the final one that I've got for you, James might have a couple, but the final one I've got is Vince McMahon.
Wrestling, almost, I see, this is a long answer, I see him almost as God of wrestling, and not in a good way and not in a bad way.
Right.
A lot of people get into wrestling because right now Vince McMahon, well, up until now because it's TNA, but before TNA existed, he was basically the only wrestling promoter out there.
For years, yeah.
Everything we did, everything we ate, everything we talked about, we had to, like, direct it towards Vince McMahon because he was the only way we could get a job and make money in this business.
Absolutely.
And it's not exactly a good thing. I don't want to say God. I'm not sure what devil, maybe.
You might want to watch that, then you might not ever get there then, but...
Yeah, not in a bad way again and not in a good way again. I think he's a smart man. He's done a lot for this business. But you need competition, and I hope he sees that. I mean, you need competition in this business. If not, your product goes stale.
Right, and I think we saw that in 2002.
Yeah, and TNA, I mean, I've had so many people come up to me and go, we've just given up on wrestling. I'm like, well, what about TNA? What's TNA?
Exactly.
Now, now it's on Fox Sports, so now it's going to be a big thing. And I'm not saying we're going to conquer the world, but you know what? We've been here for 2 years.
Well,
no one said we were going to be. And we're taking it step by step by step. And, I mean, we're doing it the right way where we're still lasting. We're still here after 2 years.
Right.
And we're starting to be a thorn in his side.
Right.
I mean, whether he likes us or not, he talks about it. So, I mean, I think all the talent in the locker room, WWE locker room, is pulling for us.
Right.
Because it's a bargaining chip. It's another place to go if something happens.
Right.
So, I mean, TNA has someone like AJ Styles. They have someone like Christopher Daniels. They had someone like CM Punk. They had someone like Low Key. This is the new generation of wrestling.
Exactly.
And this is where it's going. Like, you can't keep bringing Hulk Hogan back. He's a draw. Oh, my God, is he ever a draw. But
you got to do something new.
Yeah, you got to do something new. Like Shane Douglas is like, it's time for you to, it's time, like I was saying, for you to do it. It's time for,
Right.
I watched AJ. I used to think AJ Styles was a flippy, floppy wrestler.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then I saw him wrestle Dusty Rhodes.
Right.
And he made Dusty. That match was amazing. And I said to AJ after, not that my opinion matters, but said to him, you were on your way to being a legend in this business. You're not just going to be another, I'm in this for 2 years because it's what I do. He's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Because he's just incredible. The match with Dusty was amazing. He can work circles around anybody and make it a good match.
Absolutely. And the final word association I have for you is sin.
Sin? Great Canadian worker. I think he's doing very well. I think he's in England right now.
Excellent.
I trained with him too, actually.
Excellent.
I've got a couple of questions I just want to throw in just off the cuff, just from ones that I read on the forum and one I've got in my head anyway. You mentioned England, obviously. No shit that I'm from England. I read something, again, referring to the internet, on the internet about a possible NWA TNA tour of not just England but of Europe. Any
I'd love to. I've always wanted to wrestle in England. I've always heard how great, like Joey Legend's one of my favorite wrestlers too, and he always talks about how great it is, and Johnny Storm is an amazing guy, and he's another one of my favorite wrestlers. And I love the English, I love the British style. That's more my style. And so, I mean, I would love to go down there, and I mean, I'd love to bring TNA. I get a lot of fan mail from England and like around the area.
Hello?
The UK.
And one more question for TNA that I've got. They're doing the gut check, the training and whatnot. Have you had any thoughts or conversation or whatnot about training the females?
I would love to. I think I need to get back in the ring some more.
Right.
I think, I mean, I spent the first 2 years of my, I never managed, basically, until I got involved with Scott Moore at Border City Wrestling. So I always wrestled, and now a lot of promoters don't know I wrestle, just know I manage, so I feel a little rusty. So, I mean, I asked Scott Moore, who's doing the training, I'm like, can I get in the ring? And he's like, yeah, but I one day would love to open up a school and concentrate on female wrestlers.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, I would love to do that. When I was in Sully's training, there'd be, there's a rule where girls can't wrestle guys. It's against the athletic commission. So I would start training, the girl would drop out, so then I have to wait for another girl to enter. And that happened 4 times to me until Gail Kim came.
Right.
And then finally I just, like, she stuck with me, and, like, I'm so proud of her.
Right.
So, I mean, she's amazing, she's incredible, and we still talk and hang out, and we're just proud of each other. And I'd love to wrestle her again.
Absolutely. Well, we really can't thank you enough for the time that you spent with us, and I just want to throw this one quote that Mike Tenay gave us, and it's always stuck in my head about TNA, is that they might not always hit a home run, but at least you guys always come up to bat.
Aw.
And that's, you know, I really do appreciate that you guys are out there. Best of luck to you in your future, and if you have anything for us to promote, you know how to reach us.
Thank you very much, guys, and I had a lot of fun.
Hey, everybody out there, this is the franchise, Shane Douglas, telling you that when you want the lowdown, the best, the very bottom line of professional wrestling information, you got to listen right here. Interactive Interview.
Welcome back to the Interactive Interview on the interactiveinterview.com. We just finished up with the lovely Tracy Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did. She seemed to like you.
Yeah. That's the second, as I said in the interview, second person in like 2 months or 6 weeks or whatever, second, you know, female American wrestling star that liked my accent. So, to any of the ladies out there that also like my accent, I hear that Tracy likes me swearing. So, what word can I say that's not too offensive? You know.
Big floppy donkey dick.
Big floppy donkey dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully that turns on some of the females out there.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Usually, I would assume it would.
Yeah. Obviously, we're hoping that what me saying it turns them on, as opposed to, you know, the actual item itself. Yeah, but whatever's cool, you know.
I have a funny feeling both of them work.
I don't think I particularly want to know, but, you know, whatever's cool.
Whatever works.
Whatever floats their boat.
No, that's our boat. I don't know what the hell we're talking about anymore. Whatever wets their sails, maybe.
Yeah, well.
Okay. We're getting a little off topic here. All right. So what'd you think of the interview?
Yeah, it's good. I really enjoyed the way, you know, like with our Reno interview that we uploaded last week.
Yep.
I really think that these interviews, you know, when they get less formal, you know, not quite as far as informal. So don't sit there and go, hey Trace, you know, what's up? Kind of thing. We're not, you know, idiots. But when they're less formal than, say, some of our earlier interviews were, I think they've got a better flow to them. They make for a better listening. So, like, you tagged Reno as a must listen.
Right.
And I agree, it is a must listen. But the problem is that us saying it's a must listen sounds like we're just trying to hype it. But, you know, we're really not. When we say, like, we said David Pender last year, it was a must listen. It's one that not many people will go out and listen to actively. Right. But we're just saying it really is a must listen. And Reno was, and I think this one is as well.
I think April Hunter was one that I said was a must listen. Yeah. That's another one I typed must hear, and I don't know if anybody listens to me when I say that, or if they just assume I'm trying to hype something that they probably wouldn't listen to regularly. But seriously, if we say it's good, it's usually good.
Yeah, exactly. We're pretty honest and open about the product. So I mean, obviously we hope and pray that it's good every week, but there's been occasions when it hasn't been. You know.
There's been a couple quinkers in the however, like 80 is there now?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Getting close to 80. There's been a couple clinkers. I don't think any recently.
No, neither do I, actually.
I think,
Hopefully people out there agree with that.
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. So, Daniel, have you seen it or have you heard about it?
Yeah, I have now. I hope that the replay was going to be on tonight, but it isn't. It's on tomorrow. And since I knew it was including this interview with the recap tonight, I read the results. So,
Are we talking about Bad Blood, right?
Yeah.
Bad Blood. Actually, if it wasn't for the promos, I think it would be a really good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I do think that whatever the big guy's name is, Harrison Kincaid or something like that?
Garrison Gate.
Garrison Cade, okay. Whatever his name is, he's a little green. Jericho tried to carry him the best he could, but this guy just wasn't good.
You're talking about Tyson Tomko.
Tyson Tomko, wow. Okay, good. Tyson, yeah, it's a good thing I'm paying attention. But seriously, Jericho tried to carry him, but he just didn't work. But that was a decent match for what it was, but it wasn't anything near as good as Christian and Jericho's matches were.
To be expected, I suppose.
Well, yeah, because the big guy isn't Christian. Opening match was okay, kind of predictable. You knew Kane was going to come out and do something. The tag title match? Women's title match was bad, but that's to be expected.
First five-time champion, though. Injury stress.
Yeah, and that's something to say. That's something to be said. The only trouble is now, it's like when Edge and Christian won the tag team title 7 times in 1 year. You know, okay, now when does this really count? Oh well.
Because if you've won it 5 times, you had to have lost it
5 times.
4 times.
Right, 4 times. Well, yeah, that's if you're a contract. Yeah. Okay. Chris Benoit versus Kane. Awesome match.
Yeah, I agree. I managed to see 2 matches on the card because of other commitments and the fact that I was kind of drunk. And I saw the final 2 matches, Chris Benoit Kane. I really enjoyed it. People said that it wasn't going to be a good match, and it was. It was a good match.
Well, here's the problem with the match. I'll give it to you straight. Kane lost at WrestleMania. Therefore, he wasn't, in my opinion, a valid competitor for the world title. If you lose on the biggest scale to a guy from another brand, I don't think they should be pushing the other guy as the killer of the brand. Because it just makes everybody in the brand look weak. But I think SmackDown is just so poor that nobody even thinks about that. But
Undertaker's pretty much, he's in a world of his own and such. He's one step above both brands at the moment. I think the way they're marketing.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. They're marketing them well, but they always do. One thing about WWE you can always say is they know how to market guys. Yeah. They know how to get their money's worth out of them. So anyway, I thought that the build-up was kind of weak because once the guy gets beat, he's not a believable monster in my opinion anymore. So I wasn't really expecting him to win the belt. One thing I will say though, and their production missed this, and you rarely can say this about the WWE, about their production missing something. When Kane went off the top rope to do his famous clothesline, and Benoit caught him with the crossface, I wanted to see a replay of that. Because you kind of missed it in the live shot, and you were hoping that the replay would get it, and they never had the right replay for it. Because that looked like it was an incredible reversal.
Yeah.
And they kind of missed the shot, which is a shame.
I'm glad you spotted the little things, because I wouldn't have personally brought that one up, because not something that I spotted myself. But come to think of it, when you mention it, you're right.
Yeah, and I usually don't pick on them for production because their production is usually top 8 class. So, oh well, they missed the shot. It's bound to happen once in a while. It doesn't matter how good the production is, you're going to miss a shot.
Nothing's perfect.
Yeah, nothing's perfect.
As unfortunate as it is, nothing's perfect.
Right. What was I going to say? He needs to stop scripting. What?
Going to talk about the Eugene match?
Yeah.
Good thought?
I love Eugene. I told you from the beginning I love that character. I still love him.
From the beginning I thought it was going to go horribly wrong, but Nick Dinsmore is just such a brilliant...
Yes.
He portrays it in such a brilliant way that I don't think any of the haters started off really disliking it, can dislike the character anymore. Because, there would be, it shows you the state of the creative team when the most over guy on the roster came up with his own gimmick.
Did he come up with his own gimmick?
He came up with Eugene.
Did he?
Yeah. So,
Well, that's a funny character. It's just so classic. And what I want to see him start to do is what Mike Shaw, who we had on our shows, Norman. He was Norman, and they started to do this week, where the girl gave him the teddy bear. I'd like to see that start to happen more, and have him do what Mike Shaw did, and I start taking those bears to the children's charities. And that's just something nice to give back to the kids that really need something like that. And everybody knows he's not really retarded, I think, but when you suspend believability for those couple hours and watch, you just want to love the guy. So it's a great character.
On the other side, it doesn't seem that Kimbo, Suzuki, and Mordecai are getting over quite the way they want, but anyway, that's a different story for a different day. So.
Mordecai's not getting over?
Well, it depends what you think the case of getting over, because he wasn't originally scheduled to wrestle on SmackDown last week, but as a time filler, he was sent out to beat Paul London, and Lord knows if that actually ever made the cut, so I never got around to seeing it. I just read the spoilers, so that could have been a dark match in the middle of the show. But,
oh well.
They're prioritizing it. Anyway.
Well, the problem with that whole brand on SmackDown is that it's just a wreck. It's just a wreck. That's all you can really say about it. It's hard to watch. It just needs to be completely revamped. I mean, I don't know what it is, because they got some great talent there. They just don't know what they're doing. And they killed the Cruiserweight division, and now you got the champ. Apparently the Cruiserweight champion's been fired. So.
Dave Charlie Classic, no longer a WWE superstar. Fired for, apparently, I read 2 reports. One of them said that he was fired just for straight up missing 2 house shows, not calling in, saying not going to be there kind of thing. And the other one said it was those 2 factors combined with the fact that he apparently turned down a lot of creative ideas to make SmackDown funnier, basically. Ideas such as when he had when Jackie was the Cruiserweight champion, and she gave him a present, which was women's underwear.
Yeah.
It's just he wears women's underwear at some point. He said flat out said no. So.
Oh, that would have been funny.
So there's Pro Wrestling Torch just to give them their present.
That would have been funny, actually.
But again, you've got to feel for the guy,
Yeah.
50, 60-plus-year-old man going on TV with his son, wearing underwear. Wearing women's underwear. You'd hope he wears underwear. Well,
I sure hope he does. But I don't want to know if Chavo Classics are going commando.
Yeah.
But okay.
Some kind of Sergeant Slaughter rehash gimmick. Anytime I want that.
Okay. Alright, so where were we now?
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton, yes, this is living proof Vince needs to stop writing their promos for them. That was just horrific, hearing these guys try to cut promos that Vince wrote for them.
Well, do explain, because obviously, I didn't see this far back in the show yet, so do explain to me and for the people that didn't hear.
Alright, he was backstage doing a promo with that short-haired guy that does the interviews backstage. I guess he took Terry's place. I don't know his name.
It's gone. Do continue.
Well, he's backstage doing a promo with that guy, and the crowd starts, booing, obviously. And he's like, "Don't boo me!" And then they keep booing him, obviously. So he says, "That's it, I'm coming out there." And he just rummages through the crowd and goes to the ring. And he's like, "I told you I'd come out there," but he didn't do anything. I think my idea would be him to slap an old lady or a kid or something. That would have gotten him heel heat. But instead, he just kind of went out there and just walked through. So it's yeah, you walk through me. What's the big deal? But so Shelton Benjamin comes out and cuts this bland promo that has absolutely no substance to it, and they start a match. And it was like, it would be better if you just had introduced them. I don't know. To me, it just didn't work. Maybe I'm the only one that thought this, but I really, it's no surprise to me that Shelton wasn't on Raw, because after a promo like that, I think I'd keep him off too.
Good to see you actually watch Raw, by the way.
Yeah, it was interesting.
No spoilers, because I don't get it till Friday, so...
Okay, well, I'll say this. It was interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad. I hope I'll enjoy it.
I don't say you might enjoy it. I'll say it's interesting. It was, wasn't a lot of wrestling this week at all.
Huh?
No.
Oh, well. Other match, obviously Hell in a Cell. Have we missed anything else apart from Hell in a Cell?
What was the title? I don't know. I don't think so.
So Hell in a Cell. Triple H against Shawn Michaels managed to catch this one of us, obviously.
Wow.
Being like sort of two final matches. I really enjoy it personally. Don't know about you, but I think so long as it is the end, the final battle as such, as long as it is that, then that's great. Sorted.
Good way to end it too. It was a good burn-off if that is the truth. If they have another match on Survivor Series or something, then it's going to kill the importance of that match. But I thought the burn-off, if that is the burn-off to the feud, that was a pretty damn good finish. And what I liked about it was nobody had to take the big bump. Nobody, I mean, yes, they beat the living hell out of each other, but nobody had to take the big bump.
Flying off the top.
No, exactly, or through, or even on. I mean, did they even go up?
Nope.
That's true. It was hell in the cell, not hell on the cell, you know? So, that was pretty damn good.
I'll say it probably ranks up there in my top couple of Hell in a Cell matches, along with... it seems that whenever Triple H or Mick Foley's in Hell in a Cell, I enjoy it, so...
Right.
Nothing against, other people have been in Hell in a Cell, such as, that one time there was Al Snow versus the Boss Man in the Kennel of Death, whatever it's called.
Was it called the Kennel of Death instead of the Hell of Cell?
Kennel of Hell match, something like that. It's, dear me, let's try not to relive it.
I don't remember it. I'm glad I don't.
Oh my.
There's a lot of it WWE I tend to forget, so I'm kind of glad I do.
So do I. That's the problem. That's why I lost against the Enigma Mike Wright on the last show. That's why I lost. I forget things.
Oh wow.
Not happy.
Yeah. Well, that was a great...
Made a fool of.
You weren't made a fool of. You did all right. But I did want to say this, thank you to Francine. I helped her out with the videotape, and she sent me over a lovely photograph of herself.
You didn't get one for the show. Ask. Be cheeky.
Maybe I should. That could be like a good giveaway.
We've been talking with a couple of people to get a couple of nice giveaways on the show in the future, so stay tuned to these segments, and some nice pricey, expensive giveaways might come along. Or we may save them for some posts, whatever. Something
like that, yes. We're going to try to give something away to give attention to the show. We're not going to do like what WCW did when they tried to give $1 million away, but it's not quite that much, but I think it has a fairly good retail value. So.
It's a pretty good prize, for two guys running a show. It's a pretty good prize. We're doing well.
Absolutely.
Of course, it'll be courtesy of other people anyway. So.
Yeah, but we can't say who because we're not confirmed yet.
Yeah, exactly. So when it's all confirmed, there's another one that I'm going to tell James about after the show that I've been speaking to that may come along soon. So, a couple of prizes lined up. Just stay tuned to these segments.
Excellent. Did you hear about the other big story?
Of course. I assume that you're relating to the Bradshaw story?
Yep.
Dear me, John Bradshaw Layford.
I don't know, man. I don't know the whole story, but I gotta think that it was just like a brain fart. Like he wasn't thinking that second and did something that he thought might work, and then afterwards I'm sure he was like, oh shit, why'd I do that? But,
well, he made no official comment so far. WWE made an official comment for about 3 hours in which they apologised for it and then took the apology off the website. In an act, I can only assume they thought, we've put an apology up saying sorry for this, but the people that we should be apologising to are German, and therefore we can't read English. That can be the only thing that I can assume they've done. Then, Big Show attempted to defend him, which was quite nice. Rob Van Dam didn't comment when he was asked about it, and to top it off, apparently, One Wrestling and the guys up there were reporting that basically he was heard backstage at the SmackDown taping last week, saying along the lines of, I'm a bad guy, that's what I do. And apparently, he even said that he's done it in the past, and there's been no problems in the past. So, okay. But what he did, the goose-stepping Nazi salute, apparently wasn't done with much conviction, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's actually illegal. Nobody can do that in that country, be them foreigner, be them German, be them anything, can't do it. So, and he managed to get himself fired from CNBC in the process.
Well, that seems like it was worth it.
Definitely. I bet he's really kicking himself yesterday. He's got a new column up on WWE.com in which he speaks a lot about the match at Judgment Day with Eddie, saying that he proves he can have a good match. But completely, glosses over the fact he got fired by CNBC and the whole situation basically. Just completely ignores it. So I'm guessing we won't be getting any official comment on the situation anytime soon.
Well, it might be the kind of situation where you just don't mention it.
Yeah.
That might be the kind of situation where you just hope it falls under the rug or gets swept under the rug.
It won't happen, but I've already seen the images on forum stuff on website where they've adopted Bradshaw's new photos as JBL. They've put a Nazi like the swastikas being put across him, or giving them the Nazi typical Hitler haircut and Hitler moustache.
Wow, they're good. Yeah, Poncho Jones, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he's got some screwy little, what do you call those little pictures underneath his posts?
Signatures?
What is it?
Signature.
He's got some pretty interesting ones.
Yeah.
He's got an unhealthy obsession with Uncle Jesse from Full House.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but okay. I say nothing. I get a kick out of it, actually.
He's got a gimmick, let him ride the gimmick.
Yeah, I kind of like it, actually. Oh well.
So that's Bradshaw. Looks like he's obviously had his punishment or whatnot from the WWE, if he's going to get one. Must be an internal affair, because obviously he's still around. But...
Right, and you'll probably see him. If he's going to be punished, they probably are thinking, well, he's our top guy right now in SmackDown, so we really can't take him out of the main event. I'd be surprised if he was scheduled to win. I would be surprised if they still did. He probably won't now, but I mean, you
breathe. Good blessing for all.
Right, maybe. Thank God for small miracles. Okay, well, there's also one other big story. TNA Impact.
Oh, yeah.
Have you had a chance?
I haven't personally, no. It doesn't air over here at all, so...
Anybody sending you the tapes?
No, not at all. I was going to download it, but obviously that's legal, so I didn't.
Aww.
Look at me, being all artsy fun. But yeah, no, I haven't had a chance yet, although I did hear that apparently Petey Williams has signed on a new contract for TNA and Johnny Devine, so they could be appearing more often. Sabu has rejected a contract and basically I read a thing saying that he either quit or he got fired. So that's probably in the Sabu Raven storyline. And apparently Miyamoto, this Japanese, I've heard his name before a couple of times. You couldn't ask me where what federation in Japan he wrestles for, but he's been apparently added to the TNA Wrestling.com roster list.
Wow. Yeah, I like that guy. Shit, I can't remember his name. I do like him though. The blonde-haired dude from Team Canada, Eric Young, maybe.
Oh, yes, Eric Young.
Is it Eric Young?
He's like Eric Young anyway. He's not from Team Canada. From Team Canada, I think it's about Petey Williams.
Petey Williams. Eric Young is part of Team Canada. I'm pretty sure he's actually from Florida, but I think they have him in Team Canada.
He's the one with the slingshot power driver as a finisher.
That's Petey Williams.
Yeah.
But Petey Williams is the brown-haired guy.
Yeah. Well,
I like that Petey Williams.
Kind of my colour's hair, but I class my hair as brown, but then I'm just class it as blonde. So.
Yeah, I like Petey Williams. He's a good worker. I like this Eric Young guy. If you ever get sent the tape of when he did the whole America's X Cup, they did the thing with Jerry Lynn and I think it's Aguila. catapult him. They have the rope, the ladders laying against the ropes.
Are you sure you're talking about Eric Young? Because I'm pretty sure that. Okay, I know you like Eric Young, but you mentioned him before as well. Did you guess or something? But
I think it's Eric Young.
Whether he's the guy you're thinking about from the X Cup.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Okay, well we can check it out. Yeah.
I think it's Eric Young. Well, he was laying on the ladder. The ladder's laying on the ropes. And Jerry Lynn and Aguila go take the ladder, which is sticking over the side of the ring, and they catapult him over the top rope, and he lands like up the ramp. It was hysterical. And he did the whole thing where he got up and he like tumbled over and did the flare flop. It was classic. That guy's got it. I love that guy.
Let me see if I can find.
You're convinced I'm wrong about this?
That has past results. Or pay-per-view archive.
Yep.
Rightio. Do we have a rough idea what date this was?
It's like 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Let's see, 19th of May. Bobby Roode?
Nope. He's a big dude.
Well, so this is a next Cup preview.
So you might want to try.
I think that's the week after. So
Well,
this was on the 19th, 26th. Yep, first of the X Cup. Let me see.
NWA TNA Wrestling.com. TNA Wrestling.com. Your source for merchandise.
My God, you was right.
Eric Young. I told you, I really think he's from Florida, but I don't think anybody realizes that. So.
Yeah, he's not Canadian, I don't think, so that's what kind of put me off. I thought you were talking about Pete Williams
Nope.
and just getting the hair color wrong or something. But,
Nope.
you're right.
It's Eric, that guy's classic. He takes some sick bumps and he like sells it properly. I love that guy. He's like a cartoon character. I love that guy. Anyway. But anyway, TNA Impact was damn good the first week. The only problem that I think they corrected, that can be corrected, was that there was too many commercials, and I think they did cut back on them. The second week had more wrestling, but the problem I'm having with it is it's all X Division. Or just about all X Division. And they really need to start stepping back and putting Raven in one of those matches, or even Jarrett. Jarrett's had two talking segments. Put him in a match. Let's see what he can do. I mean, I watched it this week. They have the 6-sided ring on the pay-per-view, as we talked about with Tracy, and it works, I guess. But the big guys seem to be having a bit more of a problem making it work for them. Which
Just reading the preview for this week, it says that on pay-per-view it says that will Sabu answer Raven's challenge. So looks like this is an outdated preview. Either that or they're going to run that Sabu decided not to accept his challenge or whatnot. So it'll be interesting.
was he officially fired?
No, not officially. Only rumoured that he either quit or was fired. But I can't remember what exactly was reported. Nothing official, so...
They were setting up a pretty interesting segment with him and Raven. They had Raven in like an empty venue, and they had Sanjay Dutt, former guest, show up and speak for Sabu. And they ended up having a...
That was apparently because he did turn up for the pay-per-view.
Who, Sabu? He was there.
Last week he was...
They had pictures of him backstage. I mean, they had clips of him backstage looking at a picture of the original Sheik. I mean, his uncle, the Sheik.
Well, what I read was that apparently he did turn up. He didn't catch his flight in time for the pay-per-view on Wednesday. Instead, he did manage to get to the tapings on Thursday.
Maybe
Could be a pre-recorded backstage thing.
Maybe that's right. I don't know.
But one thing I want to quickly ask, how is Simon Diamond shaping up as Pat Kenny?
Probably good if they use him. They keep talking about him, and they keep having him to do like run-ins and such, but he hasn't had matches, really. They had segments where he gets into fights with the NYCs, which is probably the worst gimmick ever. Here's the deal. When you have a team that's based on being a location, like the NYCs, the payoff is when you actually have a show in that area. They don't travel to New York. It's not going to work. I try to explain this to them, but oh well.
So what am I seeing?
It is our friend Trinity, Disco Inferno, Glenn Gilberti, and what the hell is it? Johnny Swinger, also a past guest.
Yeah, thought so. I thought it was Swinger and Gilberti, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, the problem is, and Disco cut the worst promo ever. I want to say this too. They said 90% of the time we do what we want, and the other half of the percent, and the other half the time we do. I don't know if that doesn't work out mathematically. I don't know what the hell.
I read that on someone else's commentary of the show. So did he do it on purpose? Though?
I don't know. I mean, you want to believe that he did it on purpose, but it didn't sound. It sounded too natural for me.
Yeah.
I just was like, oh wow, this guy must have been great in algebra.
Well, yeah, apparently it's coming Wednesday, the Jeff Jarrett's 3 mercenaries gets 3 live crew, and apparently they're, Hot Stuff Hernandez, who's the guy who just signed for TNA?
What guy?
Oh, he's a Ring of Honor guy. I always get him mixed up with Colt Cabana for no reason whatsoever. No reason at all.
Don't know about those ROH guys, man.
But I can't, completely, utterly, totally lost who it could be. So I'm going to quickly and smoothly
Is it going to be
for a few seconds.
Is there going to be anybody like Lex Luger possibly showing up or no?
Oh, I doubt it. Very much doubt it. But
that would be smart of them to do, like have Lex Luger show up. Somebody big, because now they have TV and they need to expose these people that are big stars too.
Yeah.
Suck them in. I mean, they've been using all X Division guys, and that works to an extent because people are enthralled by the action. But if you keep doing that, people are going to assume that all the guys in the company are little.
And just to complete my evaluation of the 3 people that are going to be the mercenaries, to give a spoiler for everyone. So spoiler warning, turn off now, don't hear this, because there's not really much after this anyway. So, Hot Stuff Hernandez, Onyx, who is apparently a guy who nearly signed for WWE at one point, and Chad Collier, who for some reason I get mixed up with Colt Cabana.
They're going to use Chad Collier in the main event?
Yep.
I don't know about that.
I get them mixed up because they're both called CC. Chad Collier, Colt Cabana. That's why.
Uh-huh.
So obviously Colt Cabana is completely different to Chad Collier. Just about as far a spectrum as you can get, so...
Yeah, Chad Collier's like a Dean Malenko wrestler.
Yeah. And Colt Cabana's very much not.
Right, exactly.
He's a really talented and charismatic performer, so... But yeah, those are set to be the three mercenaries.
Well, I hope that's not accurate. Because that would just be like, I don't know, maybe like Shane Douglas's tag partner at Sold Out 2000 being The Wall. Oh well. A big surprise there. The guy that we see on TV every week. I don't know. I don't get it.
So yeah, it also says here that the TNA have signed deals with Scott D'Amore, which is obvious because obviously he's a backstage worker. So I would assume he'd signed the deal anyway. Eric Young, aren't you please?
Eric Young, yes.
P.E. Williams. Johnny Devine apparently already signed before. I read that he was coming back from TNA a couple of weeks ago, signed. But Pete Williams, yeah, Bobby Roode. Yep, they've all signed.
I don't think Bobby Roode was a good sign.
No?
Nah.
How's his name actually spelled? Because I've seen it spelled R-U-D-E, and I've seen it spelled R-O-D-E, and I've seen it spelled R-O-O-D-E.
I think it's R-O-O-D.
I think it's probably spelled R-U-D elsewhere, but they just thought, like Taz and T-A-Z and T-A-Z-Z, either copyright reasons like it was for them, or just couldn't be bothered to keep it the same reasons and changed it for Bobby Roode.
Rude.
And the final thing that I want to speak on just before we end the show, just want to say congratulations to Sid Vicious, who made his in-ring return this past weekend.
Really?
Yes, he did. For a Canadian company.
Did he wrestle?
Called the IWC, and it was their 5th anniversary show. And yeah, he did. He was in the main event, which was a 10-man tag team Royal Rumble match. So, and he wrestled.
Did he do okay?
Apparently so. Apparently he was in really good form. But I read a review that said that he then would talk on about repenting sin and whatnot. So that accidentally got him over as a heel. But, see.
Oh, poor shit.
Good to see him back, like, good.
Poor shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I loved Sid. He was such a gentleman, but I just have to say, I just have. Okay, I won't say that. That's just hysterical to me. Well, Sid will be a good catch for somebody.
Yeah.
TNA could bring him in as like a novelty, and WWE might be interested.
Yeah. I'd assume that's what he wants. He's made his fought back to in-ring condition. You've got to assume he's got big time, but who knows? He might not want him travelling.
Well, that could be a problem because he said on our show that he has trouble traveling. But maybe if he's fully healed, or at least capable of taking whatever punishment he's going to be taking, that'll be fine. I do not think that he'd work on Raw. I think he'd be a SmackDown guy.
But of course, just as you said, he said something on our show when he came on the show, and his interview with us is in the archive section on theinteractiveinterview.com.
Turn it up as loud as you possibly can.
Oh yeah. Very, very quiet interview, so you might want to hit the up dial on your speakers for that one. And also, as you mentioned earlier on, people that we mentioned like Trinity, Johnny Swinger, and Queen Liberty, aka Disco Inferno, all been on the show before, as well as about 75 other people.
Yep. Right.
Check it out from the Macho Man to Teddy Hart, Jarrell.
Well, you mentioned about 50% of the people when you mentioned all the people that were on, and you can also catch the other 60% of the people. Yep, exactly.
So go and check out that half, and then go and check out the other 3/4. As soon as you finish with this, or right now in fact, you can do two things at once.
Yeah, but
unless you're a man.
Unless you're a man, good point. Or a construction worker. Yeah, I think it's obvious that every construction worker on the planet
has builder's butt.
No. Is a man, because the men are the only people that could or would start two projects at once and completely leave a road all carved up, not even thinking, well, that could be a problem when we have rush hour. I don't know. And I'm a man, so I'm allowed to say it. But if it was a woman saying it, I'd probably be pissed off. But okay. All right, well. What is left? What is left? Is that all?
I believe that's all.
That's all.
Something I've got down.
Okay, Friday night. It's a big concert. Yay.
Oh yeah, so we're both busy Friday. That's good.
I got to stop talking about it after that, too. Which I'm sure you'll be happy about.
Oh yeah. You get to change your MSN name as well.
Yep. Everybody, though, I wanted to let you know, please go check this show out. They have a new set. They fly around. They have a drum set that goes up in the air. They have more explosions than ever before. They breathe fire. They spit out blood. I mean, this is a freaking insane concert. You got to check this out. And, of course, I'm talking about Kiss. Who else could I be talking about? Kiss Poison this summer. Check it out. And you can also buy a live CD, which is probably the most creative idea I've ever heard of in terms of live concerts. You buy the CD. You buy a ticket for a CD when you first go in. And when you're leaving, you give the ticket and they give you a live CD of that night's show. I think that's creative as hell. I just am hoping that it's not going to be a problem. Like, I'll have to be standing there for 4 hours after the show. But
that's something that a lot of people in wrestling could look into.
Right.
If you think about it, I mean, you put in your order before the show, and as you're walking out, there we go.
Yeah.
The event, thanks very much.
Yeah, that would actually be a good idea. Like, especially for house shows and such.
Probably happening, on a mass production scale. It would just take too long. But,
yeah, well, there's going to be several thousand at the Kiss show, so I mean, I don't know how they're doing it.
CDs are pretty slightly easier to burn than a video would be or a DVD.
Right. Exactly. Well, the thing is, that's exactly right. I mean, first of all, you'd have to deal with camera views and everything, and whatever. I don't know. Maybe. I can't see how they're going to be able to pull it off as soon as people are leaving. I really don't. But Hey, if they pull it off, then...
You never know. What they could do is, they could just, maybe, I don't know, do a few copies that are, make the first 110 copies or whatever, so, okay, first 1,000 copies, whatever, X amount, 10%, of the show the night before.
Well, that could work, but then people would notice. Like if they say, for example, I mean, if they say it's a live copy of this show, then people are going to be listening for them to say Phoenix at some point. And if they put it in, they say, "Thank you, San Antonio." People are going to be like, "Wait a minute, that's not my show." But that's what I'm concerned about. I really am curious to see how this is going to turn out. And of course, you're going to be subject to listening to that at the end of the show. Like.
Either that or they're going to have a strict set. And they can't say the name of the place the entire time.
I thought of that too, but
Thank you, all of you.
I thought of that too, but the weird thing is they're doing like a different set list every night. I mean, that's what happens when you have 23 gold records, is you have a lot of material to sort through. And they seem to be doing like I mean, of course they do all their traditional hits, but they like switch it up in the middle. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Oh, well, keep us informed and let us know.
I will, and I'm very curious to see how it's going to sound. I hope it doesn't sound like a demo.
Well, I mean, if it's the first time round, you can't expect the world.
Right.
As long as it's nice and cheap.
Well, yeah, as long as it's affordable and it doesn't sound like hell, it'll be fine.
As long as it doesn't sound like Arctic Fishes in it.
Exactly.
Not hyping it too well, am I?
Right.
Like we were saying before, we're honest about our stuff, and that was a good interview, but the sound quality wasn't good, so read the recap.
Right.
The show, try it if you can. If not, read the recap, it's brilliant. James did it. Very, very detailed.
Right. Right. Okay, well, how about I play something that's pretty appropriate? It's called there's this Kiss song called 100,000 Years, which seems to be about as long as they've been touring, but I'm not complaining, so. How about we play 100,000 Years?
This is your president and WWE Hall of Famer, Donald Trump. If you like this Wrestling Epicenter content, don't be greedy. Subscribe to our channel. Thank you.